There we okay, and that's a good thing. Hi, everybody. Now let me try to go back. Here we go. Okay, very good. I hope that one day I get used to, not used to, but become not there. I did that. Not there. Okay. What do you call it? I'm able to uh, go live with more ease. Okay, I'm gonna share it there, and I am going to share it, share. Okay, well, that I become proficient in it, so I can just go live quickly. It's taking me a few seconds to accomplish my goal, which is fine. I like the candle. I like my bell. I like my bliss cards from one of my very first spiritual teachers. Gee whiz, I was in Boston when I met Rose. She lives in Canada. I've gone and visited her a few times. She's held retreats there. And these bliss cards, she's was way ahead of her time. So I am always supported by angels. Isn't this beautiful? It's for anybody that is going to be watching this, who's going to join. I am always supported by angels, your angels. I've always talked about how there are, of course, there's all these different angels, but each person has their own angels. So we have our angels, we have our guides, and we have our master guides. And most of the time, our master guides work with us. So when I'm doing my healing, for example, when I'm holding a session with a client, I am not directly speaking with their master guides. I am speaking to my master guides, and my master guides are speaking to my clients' master guides. So there is a level of protection, almost like you can call it tier or hierarchy, however you want to name it, but it is for security reasons. It's for everybody's security reasons. If not, then anyone could be talking to anyone's master guides and giving them directions or doing whatever they feel is fit for that person's life, and that is not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is talk to my master guides, who in turn will talk to my clients' master guides, and that is how information flows. That keeps my integrity and my client's integrity in place. I, as a human being, do not know what's best for my client, like none of us actually do for anyone else, because we have not lived their life. Just like no one else has not lived our life, so they cannot fully understand what we have gone through. They cannot fully give us tell us what we need to do with our lives, like what we cannot tell other people what to do with their lives, because as much as you, for example, explain to somebody what your issue is, how your life has gone, they still fully will not be able to understand it. That is why when I am doing healing, it goes through master guides or anyone else. It's the most cleanest way to do it, is to go through guides and go through master guides. You can call them by many names. You can call them by guardian angels, higher self. Um, there are differences between all of these, but when somebody is asking questions in faith, then the right entity, what I'm going to call it entity, the right entity will step forward and answer that question. And I know that in our culture, the word entity is scary, the scary word, but it's not necessarily scary, because I could call my master guide entities, because they are. They could call me an entity, because I am an entity, right? We are all entities. So it's the meaning that we attach to it, not necessarily that it's truly bad. It's the meaning that we attach to it. So we just came through a very long weekend, a Memorial Day weekend, where we honor our veterans and who have given their lives for our country throughout the hundreds of years, who have given their life for freedom of speech, for the kind of life that we have now. So we've honored them over the weekend, and they have in turn honored us with having time to relax, to recoup, to come to our center. And of course, it's like everything in life, it's always give and take. Look at a 24-hour period. There is, when there is a perfect balance, there's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. But it just within the year, it fluctuates. And there is, by the end of the year, there is still a beautiful balance of there is still a beautiful balance of daytime and nighttime. And with everything in life, there is a balance. And that is what we aim to keep, is the balance within us, to be centered, not to be so sad and upset that we cannot enjoy our life, or to be superficially happy and joyous so that we do not also see reality. We want to be centered. So in order to do that, questions, we always stay alert, we always stay conscious. So for me, I remind myself, because sometimes, it's normal that life will take us for a ride. So I remind myself during daytime that I am aware, I am awake, and I put my consciousness in one of my hands, and I put my attention in one of my hands, and in that moment in time, I am connected to that hand, to that part of my hand that is that I'm putting my attention and focus on, and I'm there. I'm breathing. Just like now, I become relaxed, I become centered. And it's almost like a calming, relaxing. My mind clears. All I feel that all the pressure and tension from my body slowly leaves. And that is how I come from a high or a low into my body. And we're taught during our childhood not to be in our body. And so when we are in our body, the past doesn't matter in that moment in time. Past does not matter. Future does not matter. And that moment in time, it is so beautiful. It is so amazing that if you connect to it a little bit longer, it will bring tears into your eyes, because it is absolutely amazing and beautiful. And all you do again is just pick a part of your body, your hands or your feet, which one, and always use the same, and what point in your hands or in your body you're going to pick. If we're just picking one point, and then you compare it to the rest of your hand, it is a small point. So pick the point wherever it is, and you put your attention and focus, and I call it your consciousness, into that point constantly during the day, and give it a good 30 seconds to a minute to just bringing your attention to that point. And you will notice and you will see your shoulders will relax, your jaw will relax, your back will relax, and there's just a calming comes over you. That means you're back in your body. And after I do that, I bring my attention slowly down. Again, I said that I use one of my hands, I use a certain point in my hand. And after that, I slowly bring my attention down through my body into my feet. If you want to anchor it, what you will do at that point is that energy, that attention that is in the bottom of your feet, you will send that energy down to the center of the earth, whatever that means to you. Some people believe that the center of the earth, there's a sun, and there's like a world down there, like ours up here, but that they have oceans and rivers and cities and uh, populations, and all different kinds of species that live there. You can bring that energy into the sun that is in the center of the earth, or if you believe that no, earth is all rock and dirt and whatever else, then again, take your energy, take your attention, take your focus, and bring it to the center of the earth. Then you're grounding yourself more stronger into earth. And then you just gently bring that energy, Mother Earth's energy, back up through your feet, through your body. It's going to hit all of your chakras, through your body, up to the crown of your head, and out like a beam of light into the clouds. And then as it comes down, imagine it's like a waterfall, a fountain that brings light all around you down to the ground where by your feet. So you're kind of also putting a protection around you. You're putting light around you, and you're grounding yourself into Mother Earth, and you're connecting yourself to the heavens above, because we are a part of all of this. And you're done. And once you practice this often, you can do this in 20 seconds, you can do this in 30 seconds. And I do this often. And the other thing that I do often during day is that it's usually after I do this process, or before and after, I say to myself, I will remember my dreams. Now, there was a time that I would remember them as I'm tossing and turning, but I would not remember them enough to writing them down after I get up. So then my phrase changed, that I will remember my dreams for long enough that I can write them down. So this morning was quite weird morning for me. I believe we're in Mercury retrograde. I woke up, I had my coffee, I grabbed my coffee, I go back to bed so I can write in my journal, and I can write my dreams, and I can write down the things that I want to, it's almost like a to-do list. I want to accomplish today. I put my coffee down and I fell asleep. I went back to sleep. I don't know when I woke up, maybe 5 minutes later, maybe 20 minutes later, but my coffee was warm still, so it couldn't have been 20 minutes later. I started drinking my coffee, and I fell asleep sitting in my bed with my coffee in my hand. I snoozed for another minute. And then it's like, oh my God, this is dangerous. The coffee could get all over the bed, not to mention myself. And so I put the coffee down. I wrote in my journal, and lo and behold, as I am talking about my dreams, I realized that I did write in my journal, but I did not write my dreams down. But I still remember my dreams. So the mantra works. Rosie says, hope you're having a good morning. It looks sunny in California. Same here. The sun is out and shiny and beautiful. Good. I know that in Boston, sun is a commodity, a wonderful commodity. So I'm glad you guys are having a beautiful sunny day. It has actually, the sun is peeking through the haze. It hasn't, I know last year this time and the last few years I've been here in California, it's been, it's been, I gotta keep my eye on my candle because I don't have a, I forgot that plate under it to catch the wax. It's kind of been on the colder side, like this weekend, past weekend should have been a beautiful, 80, 85-degree weekend, but it wasn't. Most of the time it was cloudy. It was beautiful weather, but it was cloudy, and the sun was shy. Let's just put it that way. So if anybody would like a card, let me know. I have my cards spread out, and I'm going to take the other one out as well. I do miss Boston. I must confess that. Boston, if you haven't been to Boston, take time to visit. Boston is just beautiful. Just such a beautiful historic city. Has so much character. I've been in LA County and Riverside County for the past, I don't know, almost 20 years. And LA doesn't have character, not yet, not yet. It's working on it. But Boston has a beautiful, beautiful character. And when you go in to the city and when you're walking in the streets, in downtown, in North End, in South End, pick any of the neighborhoods in Boston, it is just, I don't know, there's a heart there. Yes, Boston has a lot to offer. And of course, I lived outside of Boston for many years. And that's how I know Rosie. Rosie would like a general card, and cards are all falling out of my hand. Rosie. So keeping the balance, staying centered. So as I mentioned, for me, remembering my dreams is important. What's important for you so that you can repeat on a daily basis? You can create a mantra on a daily basis, so you can repeat that for yourself. And again, it's about finding the right mantra to say. As I said, for me, for some time, it was good just to say, I will remember my dreams. I'd wake up and I'd write them down, and then some time passed, and I was remembering them as I was tossing and turning, but I would not remember them in the morning. So I changed my mantra that I will remember my dreams until I write them down. Okay, Rosie, here we go. Here is your card. Completion. Completion. It's a person that's celebrating. Final attainment, victory, a job well done. So, and all the little birds, you see all the little birds celebrating. So you have accomplished something in your life that maybe you are not aware of it, but energetically you have accomplished it. And if you go within, you will know exactly what that is. It could be something in real life that you have done, you've accomplished, and you should be proud of yourself, and you should give yourself credit, because a lot of times we forget to give ourselves credit for something that we have accomplished. A lot of times, many people just focus on what they haven't accomplished. And I'm so happy you pulled this card, because I am doing an exercise this month and I wanted to see who would like to join me. We focus on the things we haven't done that we wanted to do. We focus on things that draw energy from us instead of bringing energy to us. So the exercise that I'm doing this month, and I'm just writing one thing down. I started this morning. One thing down a day of what I have accomplished in my life. This is not so I can let my ego go on a wild goose chase. This is again because we as individuals, we tend to forget what we have accomplished, and we become really hard on ourselves. And that takes our power away. That diminishes our light, our creativity, our joy, our happiness, and we become dull. So in order to bring life back in order to stay aware, to have a fine balance. One in the morning, I'm going to write down one thing that I have accomplished in my life, and I'm going to try to make 30 different ones. How many days does June have? So how many people would 30 days? How many people are willing to join me in this challenge? Um, it's also there is an exercise I give people who I feel have difficulty loving themselves. So it's not, again, about being narcissist or being selfish. It's about realizing that if we want to find somebody to love, if we want to find the right person to love, because we can find any, kind of, we don't want anybody. Many people just don't want anybody. They want the right person. So if we want the right person, if we want to have a loving relationship, supportive relationship, uh, fun, we have to bring all these things to the table. You have to be fun in order to bring somebody fun to you. You have to be funny to bring somebody funny as well. You have to love yourself if you want to bring somebody that will love you. You have to know what you've accomplished if you want somebody that has also accomplished things and is aware of them, doesn't need to flaunt them, but just is aware and is happy and is proud of themselves that they have accomplished these things. So who's going to join me? Come on, come on, come on. It's challenging, yes, but without challenging us, without being uncomfortable, I want you to write a yes in the comment section. Without being uncomfortable, we cannot move past the space we are in right now. Something has to change. I was talking to a healer, a friend of mine, when I said to him, the other day I was walking the dogs and I was talking to spirit, which is not what I usually do. Usually when I'm walking the dogs, I'm talking to friends on the phone, or I'm listening to music, or I'm listening to audiobooks. And he said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I use." Because you listen to audiobooks, you listen to music. I'm like, yeah, I just, that's how I pass the time because I'm always walking the dogs. And then I said, and this time I didn't do any of that. I just talked to spirit. He goes, "Well, congratulations. You did something different and you were rewarded for it. You were rewarded with wisdom because of what I shared with him, of what I got." And I was like, it was another reminder that yes, when we do something, not that it's uncomfortable for me to talk to spirit, but when I'm walking the dogs, I usually just want to take the opportunity to listen to audiobooks, take the opportunity to listen to the kind of music that I want. So I did something different. I came out of my comfort zone. And instead of being at home, being in front of my altar, I talked to spirit out there in nature. And I was rewarded with it. So if you have hesitations of, I don't know what I have accomplished in life, the more reason why you should join this challenge. The more reason that this challenge is the right reason for you. And trust me, at first I was like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then I thought of something because I put my attention and focus on it. And I thought of something else. And then I thought of something else. And it slowly added up. And it doesn't have to be a huge, major thing that you have accomplished. But it's something that you feel is an accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment of what others would say it's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment of what you say is an accomplishment. So don't look at it through the eyes of someone else who's critical, who's judgy, who is negative, who is uh, not supportive. Look at it through your own eyes. Because I have a lot of accomplishment that I have done in my spiritual work, which many people out there uh, would not think it's an accomplishment. For them, it might be how much money I have in my account. And for me, it could be something else. So we're all different. It's not that somebody's right. It's not that somebody's wrong. It's that each person looks at their own accomplishments from what they see as life being important to them. And I am sure there are many spiritual people out there who have accomplished both, who have accomplished huge spiritual wisdom and knowing of themselves, and are very financially very comfortable. There's nothing wrong with either one. It's just that, what is it for you? What is it you want to accomplish, and what is it you have accomplished? 30-day challenge. I challenge you to join me. And if you need to chit chat with me about it because you're hesitant, message me on Facebook. Okay, everybody, time is up. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.